So Gina Gregory, I just saw her last week at the Heroes Breakfast, and we had a nice conversation. Gina Gregory, of course, of the West Bloomfield Historical Society. But what I didn't realize I should have known is that she is also an author and has just released her third book, co-authored by her husband, Rob. Joining us now on the Splash Live is Gina Gregory. Good morning.
Morning, Dave. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us on short notice. So, you've released the third edition of our History and Remembrance of Pleasant Lake, West Bloomfield, Michigan. Congratulations on the release of the book. Tell us all about it.
Thank you. Well, it's been a labor of love and a 25-year project at this point. It started out that I was attended neighborhood subdivision board meetings, and folks knew that there was a woman in our subdivision who would come out there as a summer resident for weekend only in a very simple style cottage that was built by her grandfather in 1924. So our subdivision was started in 1922, and I wanted to chronicle her story. And after I got that, then there was a couple other interesting things, and the beginning of our subdivision seemed interesting. So it was a big case of one thing led to another. On our board was a graphic artist, so she designed the book, and it was published with 23 pages, I believe, 28 pages and 47 photos. Then we ran out of copies. We did 125 altogether. So later, the internet had been invented and digital cameras. So we took, it became 150 pages. I'm sorry, 98 pages with 153 black and white photos. We knew our 100th anniversary was coming up. So those 300 copies have all been sold, and we wanted to make something different for this edition. So we planned to make it in color, which we were able to do. And a year ahead of time, I asked folks for their photos. And so this turned out to be during COVID. So I was given 300 photos, and each and every one was pretty interesting. And I was able to use many of them. So now we have 375 photos and 150 pages. And we
Well,
talked much more about the area.
the natural historian in you just was just dying to get out even more with this
Well, it
book,
was
and it's just awesome. It makes me wonder what is special because everyone else has a special story about our neighborhood, especially our block, our subdivision, the people that live right about us. What makes the Pleasant Lake area so special to you, Jan?
uh, I'm going to say the top thing is all the nature that's around us. So I added that to this book because we hadn't done that before. We've got the Northwestern Highways that was not done, so that added more greenery to us. We have Carter Farm Park very close by. Pleasant Lake Elementary School that has a huge wetland in it, so there's a lot of wild area. Walnut Creek Middle School, Jewish Community Center, not to mention the 35-acre parcel of land that's been given to Six Rivers Nature Conservancy close by, as well as the golf course, Shenandoah, as well as Detroit Archery. All those things are so close to us, so I see them all the time and enjoy them.
Well,
I've It seems like that's pretty unusual, thinking of a city life to have 8 natural features around you. And I didn't mention the West Bloomfield Trail, so that makes 9.
Well, I mean, it is a great story, and I like what you said a couple of minutes ago, talking about the deployment of the internet and the impact that that has had on
Yeah,
making self-publishing possible. Because you couldn't really easily tell this story decades ago. You'd have to, put a book together, go find a publisher, and they say, "Well, you want to sell 200 books? Are you crazy? We can't make any money doing that." But
yeah.
now the mechanism is there for us to tell these hyper local micro stories and do it in a beautiful way. And congratulations for putting all the work and figuring out how to do that.
You're welcome. I've learned so much over the time. Each of the pages is in color. I can give you a quick flip through. Oh, I don't know.
Sure.
Uh, so they're all on, we have color banners at the top. Kyle Stalter of New Graphics was the layout artist, and she did her West Acres book, which is fabulous. So I knew I was in good hands when we started working together. Um,
So Gina,
just
how would
learned a lot.
somebody get
Oh,
how?
and then we
Oh,
had the
sure.
opportunity to put in beautiful photographs that each and every one is quite unique and can be appreciated, when you have it in your lap. So they're available. You can
So
contact
Gina,
me and
how would people get a hold of your book if they want? Can they buy it online? How would they get a hold of
I have them in my car, so I think that's going to be the easiest way. And they can email me at Gina,
it?
Gina, Gregory, Gregory, 1951 at gmail.com. And I can arrange for them to get them at the Orchard Lake Museum. I can meet them there. It's $40. I can mail it to them for 46 anywhere in the USA. Makes a great gift. I did include what I've learned over the last 25 years in working with the Historical Society. And since we had just redone the museum, I learned quite a lot and had more resources available, which I did include in this book because I wanted to tell the complete story of our little corner of the world of Southwest area of West Bloomfield, Michigan.
All right, we got to go in a minute. You want to give any props to your husband Rob, who also played a role in this effort?
He did.
These are right
He's the
there.
writer behind the scenes.
Okay.
We added 9,000 words. They're pretty straightforward in this version, but I would do the research and come home and be excited and then talk to him about it. And then he rolled it into a story and designed it as such. So it's been a fun team effort.
All right. Well, Gina, I appreciate you joining us. Thank you very much for being here, and congratulations on the book. We got a minute or two more. We know how to get it, though. I just love this whole micro communication. So, you want a copy of the book? Call up Gina. Send her an email. She's got a bunch in her trunk. She'll figure out a way to make sure you get one.
Yep. And tonight I'll be at the
Chris,
library.
or
Tonight
come,
I'll give
yeah.
a plug for the Historical Society. We're having a presentation by Leslie Pilek from Birmingham. She wrote a book on the Saginaw Trail, which is Woodward Avenue as we know it. So you can learn all about that tonight. It's free. No need to sign up ahead of time. Just join us at the main meeting of the library at 7 p.m. And support local history. Our museum exists and we are as a group, but that only happens because people are interested in that. And if they don't continue to be, we won't be able to survive. So we need everybody to join. Our membership's fairly low considering how many people could be members. So consider being a member, consider joining us and volunteering. We need people to share and collect our local history.
What kind of things would volunteers do if they participated?
Everything from hosting an open house, doing research, looking for photographs online to go with our stories, um, working with publicity, working with fundraising, membership. What, Rob?
Islander work.
They can volunteer for Apple Island. My husband's right here and he's on Apple Island. We'll be having that this year. And with the school district's new pontoon boats that come in, they're tour pontoon boats. They were ordered last January. So hopefully they'll be in place by then. And we're looking to get back out there and share that opportunity with people.
It'd be
An
okay if we
island
wait till the
experience.
ice. It'd be okay if we wait till the ice melts on
It
Orchard
will.
Lake before we launch those pontoon boats. I hope.
Sure. And the tours are going to be the second week in June of
All
2023.
right.
That's our
Well, it's
plan.
great. I know you're working on all these efforts, and congratulations. Thanks for joining me at the last moment. Extend my greetings to Rob Gregory as well. Congratulations on the new book. The third edition are History and Remembrance of Pleasant Lake, West Bloomfield, Michigan. Your authors, Gina and Rob Gregory, joining us this morning on the Splash Live. Thanks, Gina.